Um, I'm sorry, I'm really nervous. I wanted my senior solo to be a little more personal to me, and did this, hello? That's a little embarrassing, sorry guys. So I went to my brother Jordan here, and I told him I want him to write me a solo. And he's like, okay, what up? And I'm like, I don't know. And then I had the strangest experience one night while going home. I was driving down a road that I always pass. Anyway, it sounds weird. It was a big part of a road, big part of my life. Sorry. I wrote something and I sent it to him. And he's like, wow, this is really good. You should read it. And I was like, I just want you to write a piece about it. But I'm reading it. And so it's like a two-part thing. So I'm gonna read what I wrote. I don't know what it is. I just kind of wrote it one night. And then I'm going to duet with my dear brother here. Sorry, I know you didn't come for slam poetry, but my whole life, I wanted to be out somewhere other than here. The red rocks and unfamiliar landscape beckons me, and so do the adventures and experience it brings. The sun-streaked cerulean sky, the sandy canyons, finally seeing the dark silver splash night, and pointing out constellations I've only ever read about. So unlike everything I've ever known, but I'm going to miss home. I knew that road well. The night was safe and quiet and dark. The solitary growl of the car engine reflected off fences as I passed by. Driving down a road I've driven down thousands of times before, but only that night did I stop to get out and lean against my car, to admire the distant lights, the mountains shrouded in darkness. I thought I knew that road well. The trees were so familiar and so welcoming. They settled one side of the road, the other side an open field, and I saw them at least twice every day, on the way to and from wherever I was going, but never having time to actually stop and enjoy their presence. I've seen them bud and grow and struggle and die. These trees had grown with me. Looking towards the valley, the flickering lights, it was so familiar from a distance, but I'd never fully explored it. I doubt I'd be able to now, and I'll keep my knowledge of the small, closed bubble I'd made comfort in. I guess my always adventurous side will never be fully content, knowing I had so much at my hands already, but turning a blind eye to it all. The mountains rose like a crown on a brow, knowing their unmoving, immortal place in the landscape. They were white in the winter and breathed red in the fall, taking up so much of our horizon but hardly ever noticed. They provided a sense of security against the world. When I leave, they will still be here, not noticing my absence. Their absence will be ever so devastating to me. I've seen the trees, green and red and brown and bare. I have felt the cold wind as it roared down from the mountains. I've smelled rain on the breeze, taunting me with its sweet scent. I have tasted the warmth of a home-cooked meal made with care. I have heard beauty in music and heard beauty in creating it. I have seen streetlights shining like beacons of light through dreary blizzards. I have felt smooth, worn wooden floors under my feet and dog hisses on my legs. I have smelled freshly washed blankets and settled into them soundly. I have tasted brilliant, unbelievable victory and bloody, stinging loss. I've heard my name as it has been called by those who know me best. I've experienced almost all my life here, growing alongside the trees. So many things we don't think to take notice of when they happen. So many things that seem so small yet define our lives as a whole. And now I'll miss them, or at least find them in a different place now. Somewhere other than here, somewhere other than home. My whole life, I wanted to be out somewhere other than here. The red rocks and unfamiliar landscape beckons me, and so do the adventures and experience it brings. The sun-streaked cerulean sky, the sandy canyons, finally seeing the dark silver splash night, and pointing out constellations I've only ever read about. So unlike everything I've ever known, but I'm going to miss home. This piece is called called familiarity. Sorry, I forgot it. Ooh, nerves really got to me.